Before kingdoms rose and before humanity understood the difference between wisdom and destruction, the heavens themselves were shaken by a rebellion unlike any other. At the center of it stood Semyaza, a powerful watcher whose name would become feared across ancient traditions. Unlike ordinary angels who obeyed the divine order without question, Semyaza carried dangerous ambition within him. According to the Book of Enoch, he was not deceived into rebellion. He chose it willingly. He descended from the heavens with a company of angels, crossing the sacred boundary between the divine realm and the world of man. But before they touched the earth, fear entered the hearts of the watchers. They knew the punishment awaiting them if they acted alone. So Semyaza gathered them upon a dark mountain and demanded they swear an oath together, binding themselves to a single purpose. Under storm-filled skies and trembling clouds, the fallen angels sealed their rebellion with forbidden vows. That moment changed history forever. It was not merely an act of disobedience, it was the beginning of corruption spreading from heaven into humanity itself. Ancient texts describe the atmosphere turning dark, as if creation sensed something terrible had entered the world. And from that day forward, the balance between mankind and the unseen realm would never be the same again. When the Watchers descended upon the earth, they did not arrive as monsters. They appeared radiant, powerful, and beautiful beyond human understanding. Humanity looked upon them with awe, believing they had encountered divine beings sent from heaven itself. But hidden beneath that glory was corruption. Under Semyaza's leadership, the Watchers began sharing secrets forbidden to mankind. Knowledge humanity was never meant to possess. They taught the crafting of weapons, turning simple tools into instruments of war. They revealed sorcery, enchantments, astrology, and hidden arts capable of manipulating both nature and the human mind. Ancient traditions claim they opened doors that should have remained sealed forever. Villages that once lived in peace became consumed by violence and greed. Kings rose through bloodshed, and humanity slowly drifted away from innocence. Yet the darkest boundary had not been crossed. According to the Book of Enoch, the Watchers desired human women and abandoned their heavenly purpose entirely. They took wives among mankind, breaking the sacred separation between the celestial and mortal realms. What followed was unnatural. Their unions gave birth to the Nephilim, towering giants described as violent beings of immense strength and terrifying hunger. Ancient writings portray them as creatures who devoured everything around them until humanity itself became their prey. The earth, once filled with life, descended into fear and chaos, and behind it all stood Semyaza, the leader whose influence dragged countless others into destruction. As corruption spread across the world, the heavens could no longer remain silent. Ancient texts describe humanity crying out in terror as violence consumed the earth. The Nephilim grew beyond control, crushing kingdoms and spreading devastation wherever they walked. Rivers ran red with blood, and entire cities vanished beneath their wrath. But the destruction was not only physical, it was spiritual. Humanity had become poisoned by forbidden knowledge, seduced by power, and consumed by darkness. The Watchers, once guardians of heaven's order, had transformed into corruptors of creation itself. Among them, Semyaza remained a commanding figure, feared even by those who followed him. Yet beneath his power, ancient legends hint at growing dread. The Watchers began realizing the magnitude of what they had done. They had broken eternal laws and altered the natural order of existence. Some traditions claim strange creatures and twisted beings emerged during this time. Unnatural manifestations born from corrupted experiments and forbidden unions. Whether symbolic or literal, the stories painted a terrifying image of creation's unraveling. Then came the warnings from heaven. Divine judgment approached like an unstoppable storm. The skies darkened, the earth trembled, and the fallen angels sensed their doom drawing near. But there would be no escape. The rebellion led by Semyaza had gone too far. According to ancient lore, the heavens had already decided their fate, and the punishment awaiting the Watchers would become one of the darkest judgments described in sacred history. When judgment finally arrived, it came with terrifying force. The ancient texts describe heavenly messengers descending with divine authority, bringing fear even to the fallen angels who once believed themselves untouchable. The Watchers who had ruled humanity through forbidden wisdom suddenly found themselves powerless before the justice of heaven. The Nephilim, whose violence had consumed the earth, were destroyed in catastrophic devastation that shook the world itself. But the punishment reserved for Semyaza and the Watchers was even more horrifying. According to the Book of Enoch, they were bound in darkness and imprisoned beneath the earth, condemned to await final judgment for corrupting humanity and defiling creation. Semyaza, once radiant among the heavenly host, became a symbol of fallen glory, a being who traded divine purpose for rebellion and brought ruin to both angels and men. Some legends describe him chained in shadow-filled abysses where no light could reach, listening endlessly to the consequences of his actions echo through time. Yet even after his fall, the fear surrounding his name never disappeared. Across centuries, stories of the Watchers continued spreading through hidden traditions and whispered interpretations. Many believe the corruption they unleashed did not vanish completely, but left scars upon the world that humanity still carries today. Violence, greed, war, and obsession with forbidden power. In this way, the story of Semyaza became more than ancient mythology. It became a warning about knowledge without wisdom and power without restraint. Even now, thousands of years later, the mystery of Semyaza continues to fascinate scholars, theologians, and seekers of hidden history. Unlike stories that fade into obscurity, the legend of the Watchers survives because it touches something deeply unsettling within human imagination: the fear that forbidden knowledge can transform civilization itself. Some view Semyaza as merely a fallen angel from apocryphal tradition, while others see him as a symbol of corruption entering the world through pride and ambition. But regardless of interpretation, his story remains one of the darkest narratives connected to ancient scripture. He was not simply a rebel, he was a leader whose choices influenced countless others to abandon their purpose and descend into destruction. That is what makes his story so terrifying. Evil does not always arrive through brute force. It can spread through influence, persuasion, and promises of enlightenment. The Watchers believed they were giving humanity power, yet the result was chaos, violence, and suffering. In many ways, the legend reflects humanity's ongoing struggle with dangerous knowledge and the temptation to cross boundaries without understanding the consequences. Whether taken literally or symbolically, the story of Semyaza remains haunting because it asks a chilling question. What happens when beings created to guard the world instead choose to corrupt it? And perhaps even more frightening, could the echoes of that ancient rebellion still linger within humanity today?